Arizona's losing streak is now at 14 games after tonight's 38-14 loss against San Diego State. Jedd Fisch and the Wildcats are disappointed, but remain focused in the process of rebuilding the program.
I told the team, I said, if anybody thought this was going to be easy, they're out of their mind. That's not what this is, right? This is a process that we're trying to build something that's really special here. And in the same way that we had Steve Kerr talk to our team before the game, and he talked about the time when they arrived in year one, after being last in the Pac-12 the year before, and how they had a battle to get to 11-17 before they were able to get to 20 wins for 25 straight seasons. It's a process, and these guys have the ability, no matter if they're the senior or the freshman, to change the culture around here, the winning culture. And next week is another week, and that's the beautiful thing about football. You watch the game film, you make your corrections, and then we better have a great week of practice and come out with our hair on fire. And I'm, going to hope and beg that we get the same crowd. And if we don't get the same, I hope we get more, because I hope they look at it and say, if they're not proud, we're going to make them proud, and we're going to root for them and know that we're going to absolutely have the best week of practice we could possibly put together. It's going to be hard. It's going to be physical, and we're going to get ourselves right. And then we're going to come out with a mentality of, getting off the snide and winning a football game.
Right. I know it's different opponents, but would you consider this a step back after last week?
I really, as we're building this thing from I don't think anything's a step back, because what we're doing is we're learning from this experience. And what we have to do is we have to look back and say, what did we need to do better? But where we are as a team right now is we got guys that are competing their tails off to the very, very end. I mean, you see Will Plummer drop his shoulder right there on fourth down 20-something points to try to get in that end zone. You saw Drake Anderson find a way to slither through, and if we don't get an offensive holding penalty, we score right there. You see Tavion catching the ball. You see our defense going out 3 and out, battling no matter who was in the game. I don't see anything that we're doing as a step back. We just need to be better, and that's what our goal is going to be, and we're going to do everything we can to be better this week.
Given how competitive last week's game was and how you rallied in that game and felt good afterward, were you surprised that this game unraveled so quickly in the first half?
Yeah, I really think, it was two different opponents and two different teams and two different games. We couldn't do anything on offense. And when you can't do anything on offense, it's really hard on the defense. And then with the defense, when you let up explosives and scores happen quick, it's hard to kind of get your composure back. But I thought our guys did that. I thought they found their composure. I thought they were able to, when we answered the bell, when it was 21-0 and we scored the next drive to make it 21-7, I thought we were going to get it going and make it 21-14 and then just play normal football. But we didn't convert on that third down after we stopped them. And I think they scored a touchdown the next drive. And we just never could get in the game. And I was disappointed from the beginning. I thought our team was ready to play. I hate that saying. I feel like that's such coach talk. We were ready to play. We practiced hard. We played well in practice. We prepared hard. But we have to have an edge about us that we have to play and coach better.
Justin,
what's the plan for the quarterbacks going into next week?
I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll look at the tape and figure it out. But right now, I'm completely unsure on what we're going to do with the quarterback position. One of the two of them will start. I know that. I took Gunner out for a few reasons. I didn't just take Gunner out because we weren't moving the ball. Donovan Lay got hurt. Jordan Morgan got taken out of the game. So we didn't have our left guard. We didn't have our left tackle. The game was a little bit out of hand, but not completely, I felt. And I didn't want – he was getting hit pretty good back there. And we weren't doing a good enough job to help him. So I wanted to see if we could get a spark, change it up a little bit, different dynamic with Will. And he came in, and he came in slinging, and I appreciated that. He made a nice red zone throw for a touchdown. He made a great throw to Tavion. So we'll have to look at the two quarterbacks and see which one gives us the best chance. But it was unfortunate for the one interception for a touchdown or whatever that was. But that was we got to get we got to get a better ball there, and we got to catch it.
Alex,
We kind of just touched on it, but Will threw his first collegiate touchdown. Just what was that moment for you to watch him throw that first touchdown, and then what did you like just about the way he came in down big and was able to throw the ball around?
Yeah, I think what Will did was Will competed. He came in and didn't worry about the scoreboard and just played hard like we asked our team to do. And I think we probably had about 6 or 7 3-and-outs on defense in the second half, too. They kept competing and they kept fighting, and Will did the same thing. Will came in and he said, hey, the score is the score. I'm going to try to go out there and make plays and do what I'm supposed to do and play the position the way I've been coached to play it. Will's got a chance to be a good player for us, as does Gunner. And I'm excited. You know, I didn't know it was Will's first touchdown in college. Maybe I would have been nicer after it. But my mind was a little bit elsewhere on how we could find a way to, get a stop and get a score again and try to use some timeouts and get the ball back with 5:30 left, but we just couldn't get it done. But I was excited about the play made to Tavion also. He stood back there and he's got some moxie about him. So both quarterbacks will probably play next week again.
right. What did you see from San Diego State's offense that they were able to have that edge to break open the big runs and seem to always have the receivers, in particular the guy?
Yeah, well, what they did was, when you sell out to stop the run against a team, there's going to be times someone can sneak through, and they ran a really good pick play, a very legal one. It was behind the line of scrimmage, but they did a really, really good job of scheming that tight end play, and that was a 78-yard play that they hit on. They ran their run game, and they ran it well, and they got the edge a couple times, and they cut up good, and he's a really good running back, and they have a good offensive line. And then, there were some times when this game's 21-7, and, they're a run team. They're going to hit a couple play-action passes on you. That's just what's going to happen. And you hope that you could get them on negative yardage on first down so second down doesn't feel like a play action. But they were able to get 4 or 5 on first down, which on 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, now you can call what you want. That's what we were not able to do. We were not able to call what we want because we were always behind the chains.
Will, when you enter a game like that and the score being what it is, what's your mentality?
I mean, it's always hard when you go down that by that much that quick, and we were just trying to stay positive. We know that just one play could spark the result in the other way. So we tried to keep the team morale pretty high, but it just didn't pay out for us in the end.
All right. Jalen, what was San Diego State doing that enabled them to be able to get all those big plays, especially early on?
I would say they were just being physical and running the ball. We missed a lot of tackles, and you can't do that when you want to be a great defense. So that's something we definitely have to improve on.
Jalen, Coach Fisch said that maybe some of that was you guys were selling out to stop the run, and maybe that left some openings for play action and so forth. Was that the main game plan heading into today to stop their run game?
Yes, we wanted to stop the run. We watched the film that's what they wanted to do. So that was our goal, to stop the run and make them get to 3rd and long and throw the ball. And we obviously didn't do that today.
Will, score notwithstanding, what was it like realizing the first touchdown in college? Were you able to enjoy that, considering your overall point in the game?
Yeah, naturally it was exciting. It's college football. You got my first touchdown pass, but at the same time, we were all still pretty pissed that we were losing by that many points. So we just tried to get back to the sideline and get our next drive going. So Will, you've been spending a lot of time on the sideline watching Gunner. What did you take away just from that time? It's always kind of good to see somebody else in there doing it and see the problems that we're having and the success we're having and where it's coming from. So you just kind of got to take away from what was happening there. He was getting pressured a little bit, and I knew that if I got my chance, that I just had to kind of hang in there and try to make my reads.
Yeah, for Jalen, and even Will, if you want to chime in, Steve Kerr's pregame message, Coach Fisch was saying, was centered on the long process. What did you guys take away from what Kerr said, and how did it kind of resonate with you for football?
I would say I took away that we need to play together, and we have the community support, so we need to go out there, play hard, and everybody's watching us.
I kind of feel the way he explained to us his situation was they were in a rebuild as well, and Coach Olson came in and they kind of just bought into it, and I feel like that's a similar situation to where we're at right now. We've got nothing but good things to say about Coach Fisch. We know he's going to point us in the right direction, and I know that everybody's everybody's still on board with him, and nobody's going to blink an eye to what his plan is next week.
What was Coach's message to you guys post-game?
I mean, pretty much what's happened this year has already happened. We're 0-2. You can't go back. You can't change that. You can't go replay the game we just played. It's over. We're going to watch the tape tomorrow and Monday, and we're going to just put that to rest, and we're going to come out and have the best week of practice we can have, and we're just going to try to get into the film room more and execute the game plan a little bit better next weekend.
Jalen, given how well you guys played last week and how encouraging that felt, how disappointing was it for the game to play out the way that it did today?
It was a little disappointment, but there's things we can fix, and we know that, and we can improve. It wasn't anything that was just like we can't do it, so we just got to go out there and know what our job is and go out and execute on Saturdays.
How would you describe the mindset of the team after today's loss? What was the mood like in the locker room?
I mean, I think everybody's pretty pissed. I mean, we've been on this losing streak for a while now, and it's getting really tiring. It's getting really old, and I think that the kids on our team are really pissed off, and we're ready to come back. We're ready to work, and we know that nobody's out here feeling sorry for us. So we're going to come to work on Monday, and we're gonna try to get a win next weekend.
What for either one of you, what does it say about the team that you kept giving effort all the way through, which maybe wasn't necessarily the case the last time you played in this stadium?
I would say that's a good thing, but you got to put together a full 60 minutes of football. So we got to play from start to finish. We can't start slow because then teams get the jump on us and we have to recover. So we had to play for a full 60 minutes.